Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers, Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the brother Troy Stars Trucking Vlog. Shout out to Eat Good TV. Shout out to Shakira's Fair on YouTube. Please go over to those three channels and continue to help them to grow. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. I had to take a break, man. I had to take a break, but I'm back. All right, just one day. I like a one day to myself. Big up my Caribbean family. We say Caribbean bloodline, don't it? All right, there's quite a few inquiries about this Caribbean bloodline shirt. Honestly, this isn't the one that I thought was going to be the hit, but apparently it's the one that is. Judging by the amount of inquiries I've gotten, so we're gonna talk about how to get the shirt them and all these things. Some people vex, not vex with a V, vex with a B. Cause when my flag so flow, how you gonna do us that? Where's my flag? I don't see my flag on the shirt. Well, why? I don't know if to tell you. A man has respect same way. I've got some warm water here with a lime in it. Squeeze out the lime and then drop the whole lime in there. That's all I'm doing this morning. I'm trying to stay fresh and rejuvenated. You know what I'm saying? That's where we at this morning. Big up on yourself and thank you for being here. We got a lot to talk about this morning. Quite a lot to talk about. This is going to get very interesting because covering the whole Kevin Samuels thing, right? Covering the whole Kevin Samuels thing. So the 911 call has been released to the public now, and we're going to go through the 911 call where you will hear the 32-year-old nurse as she tries to save her 56-year-old Kevin Samuels that she had spent the night with, right? The story goes already. We'll get into all that, how they got to know each other, how long they've been together, blah, 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 how it come to chest pains and stuff and 911 and all that. You'll get to hear it. Some people are saying there's definitely some foul play here. She's already said she's going to lawyer up because social media has taken this way too far. And believe it or not, there's still some good people in the world and she didn't do anything wrong. All right. Well, when you listen to this, I want my RNs and my BSNs and my LPNs and my I want y'all to pay attention to this because this is a nurse, right? A seasoned nurse that is giving this phone call. And is this how you call 911 in a state of emergency? And is this how you articulate yourself as in what could be wrong with a patient / somebody that you're in close contact with that's going through a crisis? All right. Only y'all can solve this because I can't. I'm not a nurse and I've never had to be in one of them situations before. I had inside scoop from my people. Mrs. Nia said, all right, Solid J819 is in the building, so we need to wait for the toxicology report before we make assumptions. But here's the thing though, Solid J. In conversation, let's be for real. And I was going to talk about this another morning gone. When did people become so politically correct or forced to become so politically correct on social media? It's like if you make a joke or if, for instance, I come out and I start talking about marriage, everybody assumes, oh, damn, him and Brain's going through it or him and Shakira going through it again. So, Flo, you talk about your own life, don't you? Yeah, she a take man by you, she a cheat by you, or, something like that. It's never about that. People can't just talk anymore. And this took away the wholesomeness of doing these. This is grassroots. This is intimate. This is not MSNBC, CNN, Fox. This is where your family gather at the table and we talk sometimes we talk some foolishness and throughout the foolishness we try to find the sense in it. We inject some humor. It's just like sitting around with your family. Like how me and my family used to sit down on the veranda, no cell phone, no none of that stuff, no TV, and we peel mango with the teeth and kill mango juice off your elbows and these things, and we just talk. See? So we need to this and we need to that. We need to wait for the toxicology report before we start assuming. And come on, man, it's okay to assume. It's okay to assume. Let me tell you something, right? If, for instance, somebody like him was killed or taken out, as you would say, for whatever the reason might be, because you know some people are going to say, who was he for anybody to want to take him out or whatever. If he was killed or taken out, toxicology report ain't going to help you, my friend, because all that stuff could be doctored. I want nurses to listen to the nurse and say, she's way off. That's not how you articulate that. That's not how you handle a call like that. Or, you know what I'm saying? We need to think outside the box. Stop letting people put you in a box. That is what happens. People put you in a box and start going with the herd. You start going with the crowd. You start believing everything everybody else is taught to believe, and then you just become one of those, right? Easily manipulated. Hey, if we tell them this, they're going to believe it anyways. Here, give this to them. And you just run along with the crowd. Okay, all right, yes, well, you see the toxicology report came out. Listen, let's have fun with this. Let's think outside the box. Kevin gone already. Nothing we could do to bring him back. My condolences to his family. May he rest in peace. And there's a whole lot going on earth here concerning him still. However, where I think the conversation is going to get interesting this morning, I didn't say interesting, I said interesting. It's stressing and stressing this morning is where we start to talk about two topics that someone in my comment section is still under the video said, I don't think you should do a video on this, SouFlo. I think you need to discuss this live. I said, okay, let me do the video first, and then we're going to discuss this live. One of those was, let's see, him talking about women over 35, not married, are leftovers. And the other one was called average at best. Average at best, and women over 35 considered leftovers who are not married yet. We're going to dive into those two this morning, right? After we listen to 911 call and all that. Some people are upset still. I've seen female celebrities like, see, I can't even remember her name now. And she was the it girl back in the day. But I've seen female celebrities come out. Nothing he ever said to me or I've ever heard him was interesting or uplifting or, you know, she's throwing crazy shade. She gave him the big tree of shade. So we're going to talk about that. There's that correction officer, Casey and Vicky White. Casey was the escapee who was in prison facing murder charges already, and the correction officer who did 17 years on the job and then decides that on her last day of work before she retires, she was going to run off with her man. Stand by your man. So she was going to run off with this with this murder suspect, and the end result is not good. They got caught. It was all over the news last night, which we knew they would. And there's more to that story, which I'm going to talk about again. Let me see. Regalox has something to say about that, all that other stuff. We're going to get into all that this morning. It's going to get pretty interesting. Ladies, listen. I encourage you to call in. Let me put the number up. All right. I can't read 1,000 comments. I know that this is going to get touchy. You're triggering. You hear me say already? Warning. If you're not the type of woman that wants to hear any kind of truth, then you might want to exit stage left. Or you could stay in here and box it out with us. We have fun either ways. 1-806-587-8953. And I'm going to pin the number. It's easy for you to call in on WhatsApp. If you can call in directly and that works for you too, then that works for you too. Please. I have to hear from you this morning. And I know I'm going to touch a lot of people this morning. But let it be that you got touched in a good way. Let me tell you what I go on still. Big up to all the mothers. We didn't do a live to say Happy Mother's Day and all these things. So big up to all the mothers. I was putting in some work, my friend. You know, it's Mother's Day, and You know, you have to make wifey feel special and good. Hold on there. Carla, come in already. See ya. Testing the lines. Good morning. Live on the air with SouFLo this morning. Good morning. Hold on there. Here we go. Good morning.
Good morning, you hear me?
Loud and clear.
All right. First of all, when this man died, I wasn't too broken up about it. Right? First of all, this man was the father to a lot of insecure black men.
So you're just gonna use one stone to kill many birds. That's
No, I have actually black male friends who say they don't prescribe to his way of thinking.
They don't subscribe. Okay.
Right.
Right.
But I have a lot of black male friends also who said tongue in cheek, or you guys just angry because you didn't like what he was saying and he was saying the truth.
Okay.
So my question was, what truth?
Okay. If y'all don't know what she's talking about, she already jumped right in. This is about Kevin Samuels and what he spoke about, right? And
oh my God, I'm sorry. Am I too early?
Well, it's all right, because since you're here already, you might have set the precedent, because some of these people are afraid to call in. So you're showing them that you can call in and speak your mind regardless of how you're feeling, right? So
okay.
I appreciate you for that. I'm not going to cut you off for that. We can go right in. We're flexible.
And I'm trying to be fair.
Yes. And
I'm trying my best to be fair. I'm not trying to. Most men will say, "Oh, she letting her vagina lead the way in her thinking." No.
Okay.
I'm not doing that.
All right. So what was your beef with Kevin?
My beef is you're telling me that I don't have children, but I have nieces, I have cousins, I'm a black woman. And you're telling me if one of my nieces or cousin's daughter or whatever comes and say, Auntie Tasha or Auntie Natasha, my daddy or my sister and brother, father touched me in an appropriate way, you put question towards me or whatever. And I take that to my sister or my cousin.
Okay.
And right?
Okay, let me clear. Let me
assume that the child lying.
Let me clear that up for you. Because somebody sent me that, right? And said, I used to follow Kevin until he said that if a child is molested, that the mother shouldn't throw the molester out the house. And I said,
yes, I saw the video last night again too.
No, okay, chill. Let me clarify that. This is where we have a problem with people who refuse to get the information straight from the source. And there is something that's called listening comprehension and reading comprehension. Some people read stuff and you can read very well, but you don't understand half of what you just read. Some people listen, but they just hear. They don't understand half of what they just heard. There's a problem there. First of all, I told the person, I said, send me a link to that. I'm not going to agree or disagree, but I'm absolutely sure that there's no way that that brother in his right mind would have said something like that. So what they did was, and also I would hope that this has been done to me before also. I would hope that if somebody said, yo, me used to like SouFLo, until him said, Caribbean people are dirty, worthless people, you should be saying, because you big me up all the time, so you should be saying, wow, wait a minute. Send me the video where SouFLo said that in, and watch SouFLo say it, and then you can say, yo, what part of SouFLo is that? SouFLo, may have been disappointed in you. You know something? The link, walk with me. The link that the person sent that was accusing Kevin of that, I went and I watched it. Then I went and I watched his own whole video discussion. The thing is, people like shortcut nowadays. Them like a 5-minute video versus a 90-minute discussion. Kevin had like a 90-minute discussion on the subject. This person spliced out 2 parts of what was said. Now, if I splice out, for instance, I said this morning, if I go to jail in a prison where they allow transsexuals to be in, watch, I changed my whole attitude. I is a girl this morning. Somebody splice out that and say, watch SouFlo. He's a homosexual. This is him acting very gay on the morning show that he does every morning. And this is all you got from it, right? The part where I was flicking here and all that, but you didn't get the rest of the context that went along with it. I purposely went and watched this thing. That was somebody who don't like him, who was trying to kill something with something.
SouFlo.
Right?
SouFlo.
What he said, video. What my friend, I saw it too. What he said was they were talking about high value men. And he said to the lady that these are things that high value men will have to think about, or not even high value men, just any man will have to think about, because if he is did you see the part where he actually asked the lady, he said, okay, so if I was not her biological father and been with you for a while, 5-6 years, she's getting into her teenage years now, she comes to you one day and she says, Mom, he watched me come out of the shower. He watched me in the shower. Right. What would you say? The lady said that relationship would have to end. He would have to go. Right. And Kevin said, okay, you see, you jumped right to the relationship would have to end. That would have to go. Right, but you did not even pause to ask under what context did that happen. Missing man push bathroom door by accident already, never knows that somebody was in there and it was and then that door closed back. Now a man who is going out looking to be with a woman, these are some of the things that he has to worry about. Therefore, a woman with children is not necessarily his first choice. Then he went and asked, when she said he was taking the 2 children and she not getting them. Hold on. Then he asked her, he said, okay, so let's switch the narrative. What if I was her biological father? Would the relationship end then? Would I be kicked out the house right away? She stopped. And she thought about it. And she thought about it. And she thought about it. And he said, you see, because he is her father, therefore, I would never be looked at as her father. I will always be, so why put myself in a position like that? To always be looked at as the outside guy that is staying in our house that could actually be creepy, and as soon as anything happens, you have to go. Especially in our community, where a lot of women stay in situations like that. The man is the main breadwinner. She already had a baby that is a second or third. Religious constraints, societal constraints. Okay. So, and women stay in situations where basically they feel comfortable, safe, even if they put their pick-me at risk. But we're not talking about that though. We are talking about that. We are talking about women in the Black community. This is triggering for you, right? And for some reason I can feel that this is triggering for you. I don't know if you've experienced anything like this. Any kind of sexual abuse or anything? I have experienced things like this within my own family, and I am not. This is not unique to me. It's rampant in the Black and brown community. I figured, and that's why it's going to be difficult to explain or to have a conversation. You're only going to hear up to a certain point. No, don't say that. Don't say that. I don't have to say it. You're doing it. You know what? What about the part when he said about domestic discipline? I don't have to say it. You're doing it. What Kevin said and the conversation. About domestic discipline to women. Hello. So hello. You don't like what I say, and he just hit me. Hello. That's not what he said either. That's not what he said either. Why are y'all taking the man's thing and twisting it? We're not twisting it. It was a conversation. He was toxic, SouFlo, and it's okay for you as a Black man to say that he was toxic. You talk about bringing the Black community about Black love. Look at what's going on right now in our community. You look at the blogs and whatever. And it's a good litmus test of what goes on in our society. Black women and Black men are divided. Black women and Black men are divided. And you know one of the main problems?
Black men have lost their power.
Okay. Listen, there we go again.
And they're angry about it.
There we go again. There we go again. So I said some, and you're not going to get that. Okay. Some black women have made black men their enemies, and some black men have made black women their enemies. But there is a population of black men and black women out there who are still standing together, and they're not divided. So it's where you find yourself, and it's where you fit in. You understand what I'm saying to you?
It's not about where I fit in, SouFlo. Look at the numbers. Look at the statistical data when it comes to marriage, when it comes to unions. As I was telling a friend of mine, and he is black male, I said, have you ever paid attention in recent, like the last 5 years, especially in a place like New York City, where I am here? When you look at ads, it's always a black woman and a white husband. And a lot of people are pushing against that.
That's ads, right?
Right.
Okay.
But ads is how to put it, like a looking glass of trends and changes within society.
Ads can be used to condition you as well. How about this? How about this?
But let me tell you this. But let me tell you this.
How about this?
You have a black woman like myself who has advanced education. I don't mean a bachelor's degree, because a bachelor's degree is considered advanced no more.
Okay. Right? What degree do you have?
I have a master's degree in data analytics.
You have a master's degree in data analytics?
Yes.
Okay.
Right?
Right. Are you a six-figure woman?
No, I'm not a six-figure woman.
Are you in a relationship? Are you married?
No, I'm not in a relationship, and let me get to that.
Are you over 35 or over 40?
Yes, I am. I'm 49. I just turned 49.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie about my age.
You don't have to. I'm just asking a question. You don't even have to answer if you don't want to.
And let me put it to this way. My natural attraction is a black man.
Okay.
I love them.
Right.
My granddad, my father, they were perfect men.
Right.
But that daughter-granddaughter relationship, fantastic. Love the men in my family.
Okay.
I grew up with all the women in my family were married. Okay?
Right.
I, as a black woman, would love to have a black man.
Right.
Would love to be in a relationship with a black man.
Right.
But when it comes to that conversation, when it comes to that communication, when it comes to certain things, black men don't cut it. They don't.
Right. Okay.
And I would be on the job, I would be out and whatever. And Skylar approached me. And everything that I'm looking for in a man, Skylar have it.
Okay.
And I'm not talking about money or whatever.
Right.
Just that communication, that attention, that family orientated kind of, you know.
And you know that by living with him and being in a relationship with Skylar, or you know that?
Well, actually, I was married to Skylar years ago.
Right.
When I was doing my undergrad.
And even Skylar left too, or you left Skylar too, right?
Skylar and I actually decided to get divorced, and we're still great friends today.
Right. Okay.
We're fantastic friends.
Okay.
Right? In the sense of, if anything happened to me, I know anyone could call Skylar, and he will come running.
Right.
Right? That's the relationship we have. We're great friends.
Big up Skylar.
Big up Skylar. Love is love.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And still, my dream king is a black man.
Yeah.
Right? And even Skylar has given me jokes on that.
Where are we going? Where are we going with this?
But I can't find one.
You can't.
It's baby mama drama. It's high school education only. Is incarceration that comes back to bite you in the ass. Is drug, recreational drug
just
use.
Just a bunch of issues. Just a bunch of issues. Non-productive, non-progressive, garbage, just a bunch of issues, right?
I didn't say that.
Where are you heading there? The phone is ringing off the hook this morning, so I want you to take us somewhere so we can get somebody else in.
Thank you. But I'm saying the black community is richer for no more Kevin Samuels.
Okay, and I got you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Live on the air with SouFlo this morning. Good morning.
Big up.
Manners and respect, fam. What I say?
We just have to say one thing. And the best way the past talk, from the coach, Good morning, Steve.
Good morning, fam. What going? All right. Don't do that. If you're gonna call in with something. So okay, check this out, right? Sometimes you don't need to speak anymore. Sometimes you just need to zip it and let somebody else speak. And when they do speak, everybody around will see exactly what needs to be said without you having to say anything at all. Now, she took a long time to get to the point where she desperately needs a black man and she can't get one. But that's not the black man's fault, because there are good black men out there, which will bring me to what I said we were going to discuss this morning. Kevin talked about two topics that were very triggering. One was women over 35, not married, they're leftovers. And the other one he talked about was average at best. Now, the sister that just called, right? Check this out. There was a lady on there Kevin was having a conversation with, and he asked her out of her own mouth, where would you rate yourself from 1 to 10? This is a sister. He said you can't use the number 7 from 1 to 10. Now, if you have high self-confidence, you would say, I'm a 10 or I'm a 9. She said she's a 6. Kevin said, okay, I guess 5, 6. All right. That's out of your own mouth. That's not me saying it, right? She rated herself a 6. He went on and said, are you a 6-figure woman? She said, no, far from it. Okay, but I own my own business. He said, yeah, okay, I don't care about that. Own your own business. You're not a 6-figure woman. Do you consider yourself a high value woman, a mover, a shaker, someone that is that other high value women would look at and say she's somebody good to link up with because she has connections, she has a network, she can make things happen, blah, blah, blah. You're in high demand. She says no. Kevin says again, okay, so at best you're average, right? The woman said she can't, her whole premise of calling him was to say, why do I have to settle for an average man? Kevin went in, and you have to listen. I laughed my ass off, but because he was so frank with the truth. But he said, listen, by your own admission, you are an average woman. That's not me saying it, that's you saying it, right? So when you use a word like settle, anytime someone settles, it means that they accepted less than they are worth. So why are you feeling like you have to settle for an average man? Play in your lane. An average man is a fit for you because you are an average woman. What is it? I died laughing, but that's how the truth is, right? That's how the truth is. What are you gonna? And he asked her, "What are you gonna do with the high value man?" Hold on. Are you college educated? She says no. Not even 1 year. No. What are you gonna do with a high value man when you get a high value man? I don't think you understand the type of man I'm talking about. She goes, yeah, I do. I understand the kind of type of man you're talking about. I'm talking to a man right now, and he owns his own car sales lot. Hold on. She said he owns his own car sales lot. He owns multiple houses. He's like 56 or something, and she is 47, right? 37 with 2 kids, no man around, never been married, and all that, right? She is overweight. She is all of the above, and she's looking for a high value man. Kevin said, in the world where high value men flex, when you get into a room with those high value men's spouses, not the side chick, not the girlfriend, the wives, they would eat you alive. And I'm just being honest with you because they're going to come around and they're going to be like, hey, so Devin James, the CEO of Macklemore Company, which is a multi-billion-dollar corporation, his wife is here tonight. Come on, let's go greet her. And the first thing they're going to come out their face with, so where'd you graduate from? Because Susie here comes from Arkansas State University. This is my alumni. This is from Georgia State. This is from, we both went to med school together, blah, blah, blah. So you, where'd you come? And you're going to be like, what, nothing, nowhere? And then they'll have a field day and they will pick you apart. You don't fit in his world, and you yourself are going to start to feel uncomfortable in that world. She said, yeah, Kevin, but I heard you say before that high value men will date women like me. And he said, yes. I said, date. They will date you. They will have sex with you. They will discuss marriage with you, but they won't make you that wife. She took that hard. She was talking about the man who she's talking to now, right? But the one I'm with, we've been discussing marriage. We've been discussing marriage, and he said, how long have y'all been talking? You know, you bring him across as somebody that's high value, even though your assets don't make you high value, because you can sit at a table with a bunch of different people and you have more money than all of them at the table put together, and you're still not a high value man, right? Because you have no links, no connections. You can't make a phone call, make anything happen. You're not a part of a brotherhood. You're not a part of a network that makes things happen. That's high value. So, but okay, he has a couple of things going for him, you said. So how long have you guys known each other? This 37-year-old woman who's talking to a 56-year-old man that has all these things said 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Okay. And you think he is taking you serious, and people get upset. Like, why is it when people tell you the truth and it's the raw truth, you get so upset? It's the truth. Now I've been listening to him more than ever before, and I wasn't really on that before. The most that this brother was guilty of was being extremely straightforward and raw and uncut with his truth. That's it. That's the most he has been guilty of. Nothing else. Of course, I see, you know, okay, so the sister that called earlier, you notice how I couldn't get a word in, so I just stopped talking? Right. Kevin wouldn't do that. He would check her. He would be like, hey, okay, enough. Now let me tell you what, right? But I don't do that. I'm like this. Okay, go ahead and talk. And I let the intelligent people in the audience pick that apart. You're going to say all the things that need to be said without me saying it. Because if I should say it, you know, oh, SouFlo is a chauvinist, and he is a narcissist, and he is a issicist, and he is all the issicists they are. He's not a good person, and he is badgering black women, and he is so I just stopped talking, and I let her loud, overbearing, always has to be louder than you, very aggressive with your delivery. It's okay, it's all good. Just be yourself. I'll just pick it apart myself, and I let it be what it is, right? That is what it is. That is what it is. You're not a high value woman, so stop talking about why you have to settle for an average man. You're average. It's funny because you all tell us the same thing all the time. When a woman says, my man has to be able to afford Louis Vuittons and what I bag the name with them, a Birkin, and I have to be picking Birkins, and I have to live in a neighborhood where the houses are this price value, and he has to have this going and that going and that going. If we ever come out and say, oh, so she's a gold digger, or she's chasing after men with riches, y'all say, what you want her to do? Chase after a poor man that can't do anything for her? She has standards, and you don't meet her standards. So if you don't meet her standards, go pick what you can afford. No, nothing to tell you all the time. That's what y'all tell us all the time. Go pick what you can afford, right? Or go play in the park where your salary cap is at and what you can afford, correct? Don't call her out her name. Don't call her no gold digger. Don't make no labels up for her. Go play in the lane where what you were doing was telling us you're an average dude. Go get you an average chick. She's above average. She's out of your pay grade. She's out of your levels, right? Tone it down and go play in the park where that's where you fit. Well, it's the same thing he said to her. and people took it out of context. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. See? Ross and RN says, SouFlo, are you a high value man? I don't know. But I'm good being average if I'm average. So I'm not out here trying to make myself what I'm not. I'm not out here with a long list of stuff like she has to be high value and make 6 figures, and I'm looking for happiness in life. That's it. I want peace and happiness. That's it. So if that makes me average, then I'm average, right? Whatever else I got going on, if that makes me high value through connections, through whatever, I know there are a lot of high value people that think that it's I'm somebody that needs to fit into their brotherhood. I'm a good person to have a connection with because I can make phone calls and make things happen. I hear me being described when he speaks of high value men, but I'm not going to come out here and beat my chest, you know. Live on the air with SouFlo. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, SouFlo. This is Shelly.
Morning, Shelly. How you doing?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
I'm doing all right, just sipping some lime water and doing quite okay.
I'm glad to hear that.
All right, so what do you have for us this morning, Shelly?
Yeah, so I just called to let everybody know that I'm an average at best woman, right?
Right.
And I want a high value man.
Shelly,
Okay.
Shelly, I hope you're watching, Shelly, because you put a rotted grin on my face just now, Shelly. You're straight to the point.
I'm gonna tell you why I deserve a high value man.
Interesting. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if I could say this on the show. I don't want,
You can say
maybe
anything.
a little bit too early.
We are grown people. You are grown people. You can say anything.
Okay. You see, SouFlo, my poems is a 10. You understand? And
so you value yourself by your poems?
Yes, my poems is very tight, and my mouth game is on 100. So I want a high value man because I have the things we can keep and hold him. You understand? So it don't matter if I'm average, okay? But my poems is not average. Yes.
Sure.
So what do you have to say about that?
You kill me. Wait, no. So okay, so
I don't see what's so funny.
No,
I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah, and I love the fact that you're keeping it real. Okay. You left me speechless. You definitely are not average as far as your delivery goes. You didn't cut nothing. You went straight to it. That's what I'm laughing about because I don't find that all the time. Now let me ask you this.
Sure.
You admitted out your own face or your own mouth that you are not high value. You are average at best.
Yeah, because I never graduated high school and I don't have a high paying job.
Right, but poems, your poems and your mouth is what should get you and keep you a high value man.
Yes, right. Because once a high value man get this poems, he's gonna buy me a big house and a nice expensive car and take me on vacations and get me a Birkin bag.
Shell.
Yeah.
How old are you?
Me?
Yep,
I'm 20. I'm 27.
Yeah, 27, Shell.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not gonna believe you for this morning, Shell. But listen.
No, true. I'm 27.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not 35, so I'm in a dash with a woman.
Okay. How many men have you been with in your life, Shell? How many men get a pum pum there already? And a mouth there already? We're talking on. So
yeah, I'm tell you the truth.
You say what?
Just two. The one I lost my virginity to, and my ex-boyfriend. Just two.
Shout, you watch me to watch. Hey, okay, audience, y'all remember something do this? And I said this before. When you ask them what's the number, it's always gonna be less than 5, right? If you can count on one hand, matter of fact, it's probably let me see, the one I lost my virginity to, and he broke my heart.
It's just
somebody
two.
else, so it was just two.
It's just two.
And they were the ones that
told me.
I feel like you trolling me this morning.
No,
because ain't no way.
I'm serious.
You ain't no way.
No, let me tell you, SouFlo, I'm serious. They were the ones that told me.
Who you with now? Who are you with now?
The gum.
What man say anything when them in there? You want me to be real with you?
No, but they love me and keep stalking me. And I don't want them. Because they're not high value.
Boy, big old woman get stalked too.
No.
Yes.
No,
yes.
SouFlo.
Listen,
no.
Ask some big old woman right now, and she knows that her whole big and things that what she push in there. And man, really, Celia still a stalker. I know he can't fit in it.
No, SouFlo. The man tell me, say, love me, and they want to marry me, but one of them only work at McDonald's.
Okay, two things. Two things. For one, ask yourself why you keep attracting low value men. Ask yourself that.
I don't attract them.
Okay, so then how come you have not attracted a high value man yet?
Because I don't go to those places.
What places?
Where high value men be at.
How come? If you know where they're at and that's what you desire, why don't you go there?
Because I have to get my money up and I have to have surgery to look good. Because since I'm average at best, they don't want me.
Take me out. Just take me out. Take me out. Now. Yeah, right now. You have to have surgery. And you have to get your money up.
Yeah. To look like a 10.
You know, I think you're the first person that called and just leave me. Because I look
like a 6.
You're the first person that called and leave me not knowing what to say. I don't know if I should laugh or don't laugh. Cause I laugh so hard, but I know why you say, what are you laughing about? Ain't nothing funny, but Shell, hear me out. You're the person that Kevin is talking about. You're not high value woman. You're expecting a high value man. You're probably average at best. So play in your lane and get you an average guy. You know what he said about average men?
But I don't want them.
Well, I want a Lamborghini. And I want it in fire red with gold rims. I want at least $5 million US in my bank account in the next 30 days. I want a lot of things, but I'm not in that league yet. So I accept where I'm at and I continue to move forward, working to get to these things I desire. Not chasing material things. I'm just giving an example, but I'm saying for you, pums alone and mouth alone not going to do it, my friend. You see, for high value men, pums and mouth is everywhere. And there are so many women who actually are way more accomplished than you are that are willing to just give up the pums and the mouth. Them don't even care if the man have a wife. She like, I'm good for like this 2 hours. I'm good for like 15 minutes. I'm good for just tonight. So if you want a high value man that you can keep, you're going to have to become a high value woman, or at least be able to bring peace and add to what this high value man is bringing to the table.
SouFlo.
Yes, Shell.
You're hurting my feelings with your words.
Shelly, you're trolling me. No.
No, I'm not trolling because I deserve a high value man.
Shella trolled the whole of it. She's trolling us this morning. You see how you're
No,
wicked?
I'm not trolling at all.
You really think you deserve a high value man?
Of course. Because my poems is amazing. I was told that. So you telling me that I don't deserve a my high value man is hurting my feelings. And you're mean. And I'm not ever gonna call back your show ever again. You hate women.
Jesus Christ. Bye, Shell. Bye. I think she needs somewhere smoke something, because this can't real at all. This can't be real at all. But listen up. I feel like I get trolled just now. It can't be real. If she was acting just now and she's in character, I give her credit for keeping in character for the whole conversation. Not true? Because at some point I was expecting to hear SouFLo, I'm just playing. I call you all the time. You know, say I choke me, I make I think. But to keep your character whole, listen, if I have a movie role coming up, opening, I need your contacts because you're good with it. This can't be real. And watching the Kevin Samuels videos, I've seen these conversations with women that sound and act and behave just like this and speak just like this. And they are absolutely 100% real. And they get perturbed, they get angry, they get miserable when the man tell her the straight truth. Y'all need to go watch his videos. Don't just take what people are saying out of, you know what I'm saying? Some people don't like him, so they say what they say. But you have to listen. Oscar. D-Max said that one that deserve an Oscar. Brother, Shell say our poem's good and our mouth is golden, so she deserve a high value man. High value man have lots of choices. Lots of choices. The pickings is not slim for him by a long shot. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good afternoon, SouFLo.
Oh, this is from the UK because it's afternoon for you. Good afternoon, fam. How you doing?
You're still talking about Kevin?
Yeah, because we start out to go talk about something else and end up with this Kevin thing and it's not going anywhere. So we just ride the wave.
Okay. Well, I was a big fan of Kevin.
You as a woman were a big fan of him. What made you stop being a big fan of him?
No, not really. I always find him to be my fan. Because sometimes...
Why are you going? You have me up on speaker because you're chipping in and out and we can't hear you.
Yeah, I find him to be, as a woman, honest. You know, him just give it to you like it is, you know?
Raw, don't?
Him not sugar-coated.
So,
you know, him not pretty, just him just a bit honest. Because even me as a woman sometimes, I see some big overweight, over 35-year-old woman. And them like, them want this the kind of man, that the kind of man, high value man. Come on.
You know, if you go back and check one of my Instagram videos, I said the other day, I said, and I didn't know about Kevin videos, but I just get up one morning and felt the need to say, I see some woman out here like in their 40s that's talking about them like young boy and them want young boy. And I was saying to myself, you spend the last 20 and 30 how much years from when you lose virginity till now, dashing around your poems all over the place. And now you in your 40s, aren't you tired? You're not looking forward to the next 40 years of your life. You know, want somebody where I go sit down with you and rub your feet them and suck like a beer rump on your back when your back start hurt you and something. You're still out there chase young boy. So all right, young boy and long hood and who can dig out me hole for the longest and all that. That stuff should not be coming out your face in your damn 40s. I'm sorry. 35 and above, you're cut off from that. You should be looking to settle. Okay? You've been around long enough now to be able to accept what it is you are. I've been chasing high value since I was early 20s or since me lose my virginity. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. 18. I'm 40 now. Still not catch a high value man yet. Let me go settle for it. And I know people don't want to hear settle because it sounds bad. But how come it don't sound bad when a woman who is average talk about I have to settle for an average man then? Like you're getting less than what you deserve. You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
So
true.
it's very
rude. You know, even me, it just shake me up. Because sometimes even me, you know, over my head.
Yes.
And it really make me looking at the mirror.
And tell yourself the truth again, don't?
Exactly. Be honest. It doesn't make me have to be honest.
Yes, man. It make even me do it.
Exactly. It make me looking at the mirror and just have to be honest with myself. But then again, it my other side too, like, you know, sometimes black woman think it really harsh for them.
Mm-hmm.
But even a woman when dead pan. It's a mom teen is a mom size woman, but she
when dead pan?
Puerto Rican. Yeah, it's just
no man, she no mampy, because I have all her contacts. She used to be.
Okay, that means a different situation.
Yeah, she's not no mampy. Look at my icon this morning. She's actually a travel nurse, and she's a six-figure woman. She says, I'm a six-figure woman, but I don't go hyping myself up. I'm a humble six-figure woman. She is a registered nurse that travels. I do travel therapy. She does travel nursing. Yeah. Right? So I know the people, and this is what people are doing. Them pairing picture with a big old 300-pound woman and said, this is what Kevin died on, even though he went around calling women over certain weight and height type fat, like to discredit everything that he has ever said. Right? But the truth is out there. And it's a breath of fresh air to hear a woman say, boy, I'm this harsh with the truth still, but he forced even me to look at myself, honestly. Yeah. Right?
Sometimes, you know, when we and think,
Manners my family.
Rest in peace, Kevin Samuel.
Yes, indeed. Manners.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, ja. Listen up. The last thing you want to hear is that someone is settling for you. Imagine your partner come to you and say, I had to settle for you. Imagine your partner goes out and somebody enlightens them about settling or about accepting average. They probably come home vexed with you because they just described somebody that you're not with and you want to be with above average. So you're going to start cuss your partner in your mind now. Your average ass. Get your average ass from around me. Babe, come give me a back rub. Get your average motherfucking ass from around. Back rub your own self. You can't rub your own back. How old are you? You've been here a long time. You can rub your own back. Back rub your damn self. You know? Your average ass. You know, above average men, they get massaged. You rub your own back. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFLo.
Good morning. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Can't complain.
Okay.
What do you have for us this morning?
I never knew about Kevin Samuel until he died. But I watched a couple of videos, and to me, I don't know why he died broke, because they said he died with $1,000 in his account. He died in a rental apartment with a hooker that said that she's a travel nurse. Because if you are a travel nurse, you would not be sleeping in a man's house. You doesn't even know the address of the man's house. You're not a travel nurse, you're a hooker. He is preaching something that is not living up. You see this internet and people that's on the internet and telling people other stuff, they are not living the life. His suit cost how much $1,000, but he died with $1,000 in his account. I don't know. What is a high value man? That is a high value man to you? Why wouldn't female want high value man? I heard him telling like young girls that are 20, stuff like that. Well, I'm in my 30s. I have nieces that is early 20s. You have to tell these girls go to college, get education.
And he does tell them that. And he does.
No, he tells them go get man and all them things. I watch a couple. I wasn't subscribed to him. I didn't know.
No, my friend. Kevin never told women to go get man and all that.
You must hear with your boyfriend that you meet in college. You don't need to tell young girls that. Tell them go to school, get an education. Then after you reach, you're gonna tell girls that in their 20s, stuff like that, that reach, You have to get your education.
How old are you?
To go live with man, get married out.
How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 35.
You're 35. Are you married?
Yeah, I'm married. I have a son. I'm living with my husband.
How long have you been married?
Like about 8 years.
You're 35. You've been married 8 years. So you got married at what? 27?
Yeah.
Okay. From virginity loss till date of marriage, how many people did you get with before your husband?
When I was a Christian, I wasn't sleeping around like that.
So you saved it for your husband?
Exactly.
Sleeping around like that implies other things.
No,
but
I don't sleep around. I go to church, I come home, I read my Bible, I meet my husband in church, I have my son and all of that. But things that I hear him telling young girls is ridiculous.
Me, I might kill them out there, no different. See, because we walk them road there already. But here's what I'm saying to you. Listen without bias. That man was not the type of man that told women about the fine man and forsake education and all that. He was the total opposite. So I don't know what you were listening to. And he definitely did not die broke. He died wealthy. And the female that was in his room is a travel nurse. Confirmed.
Are you gonna find somebody one night before and the woman in your house and she don't even know the address? When she calling 911, she don't know. She be telling them calling the front desk to find address and stuff. She don't know nothing. She just tell the operator she's a nurse. A nurse, you see a nurse on the internet, posing up and showing body parts and stuff, and she's a fat girl. She's a Puerto Rican light-skinned girl, and she's fat, comparing to what the man speaks about. People on the internet and speak stuff, but they are not living the life.
Okay. Got it.
He's not an high-value man, he just talk. That's all he do. And then these ladies go on the internet and they subscribe to him and making him make money. It is very disgusting for the black community.
Got it. You not subscribed to him though, right?
No, I never knew of him until he died. And I was said, let me listen to some of this Kevin Simmons stuff. And I'm like, wow, I was shocked. I'm like, really? No, I would never have my nieces or nobody around me listen to him.
Okay.
He's fake.
Is your man that you married a high value man?
My husband is a regular man.
He's an average man.
I work in the medical field. My husband works with the transit system. He's a regular man.
Okay.
Not a high value man, but I think he's high value. I think he's my king, and I'm his queen.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And did you not hear what Kevin said about that? He said his grandfather was an average man. His grandmother was an average woman, and she played in her ballpark, and she settled for her grandfather, average man, and together they created a legacy that today none of the generations after them have been able to match or supersede, outdo. We're still struggling to even measure up to what they created, right? So him saying high value versus average is not him degrading anybody. It is just saying play in your ballpark. It's just saying it's okay. Don't use the word settled, because if you're average and you get with somebody average, then you're not settling, you're getting what you deserve. All the other stuff that you said about him, he died broke and it was a hooker in his room and all that, I will let you run with that. I'm telling you that that's not proper information, but you have that planted in your head already, and I'm not here to change what you believe. I'm just saying continue to watch. All right?
I see, but I would not have my teenage cousins and 20s listen to Kevin at all. I know that is not godly at all.
Well, you know, you don't control what other people do.
But you know what?
You don't control what other people do, no matter how close they are to you. So
you know what?
But I understand what you're saying. He's not your taste, and you wouldn't share his content.
Sometimes, a man that have money and rich, depends on where you go. You can go to like a session, whatever, and you find somebody that likes you because of what you think, what you believe in.
Oh God, we've been down this road before, my friend. We've been down this road before.
Right.
All right? All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Have a good one.
You too. Okay.
Bye-bye. You can go somewhere and someone just like you because of what you think and how you. That's true. And then you're gonna be the girl that he is giving dick, or what you're not going to. You, I don't think people understand what that man was saying. I don't know why my whole morning turned into this Kevin thing. Women over 35 with children, not married, or women over 35 are leftovers at average. And average at best is the other topic that those are the two that got him to a place where, so many didn't like him anymore. Live on the air with SouFlo. Good morning.
Morning, so.
Good morning, family. How you doing?
I'm good.
You see, there's no need to stretch the truth or to fabricate like, oh, he died broke and he had a hooker in his room who was lying and saying she's a travel nurse. And no need to do all that. If you didn't like his message, you didn't like his message. Say stuff like he was brash, he was harsh with the truth. What do you have for us this morning?
Just because.
Okay, you're cutting up. You're cutting up this morning. So do me a favor and take us off speaker if you have us on speaker.
Sorry. Okay. So my point is that business people do not keep all their money in one bank account.
Talk.
They have several accounts.
Talk.
Right? Okay. And then also, so as far as the travelers. So I'm a travel nurse myself.
Talk.
So when you're traveling, you meet different people.
There you go.
So we're people as well. And yes, some people do hook up.
There you go.
While you're traveling, because what? You're lonely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Sorry, I was just gonna say, when I'm on the road, I travel for 13 weeks at a time. And if the contract good and they ask me to stay again, I double up on the 13 weeks. Sometimes I'm gone from home for almost a year. So I understand being on the road, being lonely. You see, people don't understand certain things. I'm not saying I hook up. I'm just saying it happens, and I've seen it happen.
Right.
See? But keep talking. And about the multiple bank accounts and different investment platforms and all the other stuff.
Yes, different investment platforms.
Some people won't even understand that because they have one bank account.
I have several.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and then in one of my accounts, I may have $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Next one, 90,000. The other one, 25,000. So just because they found one account that has $1,000 in it, it doesn't mean that he's broke. He could have crypto. He could have risk. All these different things. So I hate when people talk and they don't really know all the story.
Yeah, the part where you try to degrade and defame somebody, that's the part where I'm like, I see who you are. I mean, it's okay to not like his message if you didn't like how he delivered it or whatever, but then to make up all this extra inflammatory stuff and then say, I'm a Christian behind that, and while trying to paint yourself as I'm 35 and married, but I've been with my husband only. I saved myself for him, and I've never been with another man. I wasn't really fooling around like that and all like that and all that. I mean, it's all unnecessary. All unnecessary. If you're a person that can accept the truth, then the truth, no matter what form it comes to you in, you might be offended, yes, and be like, damn, you don't have to disrespect me while telling me the truth, but it is the truth though.
Yeah.
So when you hear the truth and you recognize it as truth, just take it as truth.
To the point.
Just take it as truth.
Yeah. It's a sacrifice.
Exactly.
It's just what it is.
Exactly. People are average and don't want
to change it.
Thank you. And that's what he said. How tall are you? The lady says 5'2". How much do you weigh? She said 150 pounds. And she's sitting on the camera looking like. And he said, okay, I'm gonna believe you that you're 150 pounds. At best, you're average, right? You yourself said you're average. And she said, yes, I'm a 6 out of 10. He said, 5'6". And people said he was harsh and he was disrespectful and degrading. How?
People have to be realistic. And then also, he also spoke to the men too as well. Do better.
Right.
Get yourself together.
Thank you.
So
that part a lot of people miss. That forced me watching him, listening to him. I was like, why didn't I catch on to him before? What forced me listening to him was I started checking myself. I'm like, where are you heading? Are you high value? Do you this? Do you possess certain qualities and this and that? Check yourself as well. Me not lie, it made me really laugh when he said to one lady said, okay, so how do I get a high valued man? And he says, you have to be reincarnated. I fell off my chair. I fell off my chair.
You know, easy.
You know, easy. He said, you're 37, you have 2 kids, no daddies around, you know, you're struggling, you're not in a high paying job position, you're looking for this high value man. How do you find one? And he says, reincarnated. I died. But hey, man, you know what? The truth is the truth. Okay, I prefer somebody tell me the truth and hurt my feelings than for them to make stuff up and watch me accept the lie and then go laugh behind my back. You know?
Yeah.
I just boost his ego up and big up his head. Poor thing. He didn't even know that. You know, don't do me like that. Just tell me the truth and done. See? Big up yourself, Carla. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
No problem. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Oi, sir. Listen, I'm gonna have to call wifey in here because I don't know how to do. I come off of Facebook so long, but there's a speech on Facebook. But at this point, right? Let's go ahead and listen to this 911 call though, before we talk about the correction officer, and that's gonna be like the last end. Y'all saw that the correction officer that ran away with the inmate. Y'all seen the ending to that? The correction officer worked 17 years on the job, put in her retirement papers, had a 2-year relationship with this inmate behind bars before even getting to the point where she decides to help him escape. I think she would have done a whole 20 years before she fully retired, but that dick was calling, and she don't look like the type that get it on a regular basis from somebody that she's really into. So there you go. She took her man with her on the last day of work. On the last day of work. You know, when them say, man, I think with them small head, well, she was thinking with the and everything else that go with that pum pum there. She took the prisoner out of the prison for her last day of work. Yes, she ended up dead. But I think this is really suspect because she ended up dead from what they're calling a self-inflicted gunshot wound, right? When the police pull up on them, she was the one that was driving the truck. She was the one that was driving the vehicle. She ends up with what they call a self-inflicted gunshot wound. He's fine. He goes back to prison. He's like, yo, I'm not killing myself, babe. You killing yourself? Shit. Yes, I can't do this. I was a corrections officer. They're going to eat me alive in there. You know how many prisoners' asses I whooped over the years? I've been doing this for 17 years. I'm going out. I can't go out like this. I cashed out my 401k. I did everything, took out all my investments, closed my bank account, sold my damn house. I can't do it. And he's like, I've been a prisoner for quite a few years. Yeah, really and truly, it ain't that bad. And the last week and a half, we've been running. Bed bugs biting me because we sleeping in some dingy ass places. I think I'm gonna go back to my 3 hots and a cot. And she just like, bang, took herself out. Either that, or she asked him to do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Could you do it for me? And he was like, hey, your wish is my command. Bang, and hit her. You know, I don't know how that went, but she ended up going out like that. Was it worth it? For 2 balls and a cup, was it worth it? You know, you don't work your whole life. A lot of people in here have been on the same job for about 2 weeks. A lot of you haven't kept a job for 5 years ever. This woman put in 17 years at Department of Corrections. She was about to retire with a good pension and go live out the rest of your life. She had her house fully paid off and go live out the rest of your life and find an average man and just chill and bail with. And you went and took a damn prisoner and ran away with the prisoner. How do you think that was going to end? And y'all still in the country. You didn't go to Mexico. You didn't go to Jamaica. You didn't go hide out in Haiti. You know what I mean? You didn't go to Greece. You didn't make it to one of them countries where there's no extradition treaty between them and America. You still here driving around every day. What? Where was this going for you? How did you really think this out? You had years to think about this, and this is the best you could come up with. I don't get it. But here is the phone call, the 911 phone call for Kevin. And this is the nurse, the travel nurse that was making the call. So here we go. Listen up.
Is this the house or apartment?
Oh my God, I fucking know.
You don't know if it's the house or apartment?
Oh, it's an apartment.
Okay, what's the apartment number?
No, I just need to give him CPR. Just please, just ask for
You need an ambulance?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you listening?
Hold on, ma'am. I have to connect you with the ambulance.
It's Kevin fucking Samuel.
I understand, but I have to connect you with the ambulance.
Are you okay?
Is he awake?
No, he has an irregular rhythm. I can feel it. He's breathing in and out, but he has an irregular rhythm. It's probably his heart. So he's gonna get here with the fucking. Stop it. Come on, Kelly, you got it. Come on, just try to breathe. Come on, you got it. Come on, think about your mom. Think about your daughter. Let's go.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1,
Come
2, 3, 4.
All the front desk to get an AED. He's not gonna make it.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1. But then I want you to disconnect, so something can happen while you disconnect.
Yeah, but I'm saying I need an AED. I need, if they have one downstairs, I need to get them up here now.
Are you able to get the neighbor member?
I'm gonna hang up with you, or you call them in the front desk and give me a fucking AED right here now. He's turning blue. I cannot wait any longer.
All right. And that's where the phone call hung up.
The house or apartment?
A lot of people are stuck. Very strange, right? Very strange. But a lot of people are stuck on stuff like, oh, she didn't know if it was a house or apartment. Okay, obviously she knew it was an apartment and not a house. But, you know, when we have a saying, like, when the shit hits the fan, you forget all of what you were supposed to say. You forget where you're at. You forget, you know what I'm saying? So here's a man that's dying on her. I'm not defending because I don't know if she killed the man or not, but I'm giving you the possibilities of what could possibly happen. I've seen medical personnel forget, good medical personnel forget all their training and start doing other things in the event of, and somebody else had to push them out the way and handle business, right? So it does happen. It does happen. Now she's talking about, she's asking her what's the door number, or what's the, in a lot of these luxury high-rise buildings, it's not like cheap apartments where they put, or hotels where there's a number on each door. They don't have a number on the door. Y'all remember Botham Jean or whatever his name was, I forgot his name, the one that the police officer walked into his apartment instead of hers and ended up shooting him. The boy was just in there eating ice cream and stuff and working on his computer. Okay, in that apartment building, they had Amber or whatever her name was. They have no apartment numbers on the doors. You just know where your damn apartment is at. That's why his mom had bought the mat to put in front of his door. And she said, every time I come in here, I'm like going to the wrong door and stuff. So I'm going to buy a mat that stands out and put it at the front of your door. People could wipe their foot on this before they come into your apartment. But when I get here, I'll know that this is your door, right? So it happens. It happens. Now, all the stories out, it says that they met the night before, had a couple of drinks, went back to his place, whatever, socializing and stuff. Won't go back to my place, went back to my place. No fun in there, the one night stand many, many times over. I go on like, God is my witness and I never did. Okay, went back to the place. You're not thinking about, let me see what door number this is, just in case later on something happens and I have to make a phone call. You know, you're thinking something else. So, I mean, the possibilities are there of her genuinely not knowing what number the apartment is. And the man is dying in front of her, according to what all her training is showing her, her medical expertise. So she's more concerned about how fast can you get medical help here than to be concerned about other things. Is it an apartment or is it even though those are pertinent questions that you're asking, you know what I'm saying? Even though those are pertinent questions that you're asking. So I don't know, man. One more time for this 911 call. I'm going to need all my medical personnel in here to listen to this, because on the flip side, they're saying that foul play was involved. Keep an eye on that girl. This goes deeper than you think. And I'm listening to it, and one time it seemed kind of fishy to me, and at the next time it just sounds like she's trying to get him help as fast as she can, right? Botham Jean and Amber Geiger. Thank you, Natasha L. John. I appreciate you. She was blindfolded when they went to the apartment. Here, Lady J. No. She was blindfolded. Nurse gives 7 Samuels, the Fred Sanford. Boy. Back it up on the dumper truck. I seen one person said, before I play this 911 call again, I seen one person said, and of course it's a woman that don't like Kevin. She said he died alone in a room with a woman that he was having sex with that he wasn't married to. So he is no example of what to be or whatever. And I said, quite honestly, he was a single man. So he could have been in that room with anybody he chose, right? He was a single man. And if I should be real and frank with you, that's exactly how I want to go out. Me don't want nobody shoot me. I don't want nobody stab me up. I don't want to go out on, damn car accident, mash up on roadside. If I wine and dine and 69 and come back again and all these things and my heart give out, then I went out happy. I don't want nobody to cry for me. I went out the way I wanted to go out. Pum pum carried me in, pum pum took me out. I don't have no problem with that. And I wouldn't be mad, right? So I don't see what the big deal was. What they wanted was, because the same person said earlier, yeah, he was found in a room with a transvestite or a transsexual. Tell you say it was a Batman from a long time, or he was gay from a long time trying to hide it. And I knew he was, and somebody else joined the go read under the video, please, that I put up Friday. Somebody else joined that conversation and said, I knew it because he hated women. So of course, them man here is into men. Had nothing good to say about any woman, blah, blah, blah. It's a nurse, and it was a real woman, right? And she was 32? He was 56. She is pleasing to the eyes. She don't look like no tree growing her forehead or nothing like that. She a playing thing. So if that's the way he went out at 56, hey man, some people don't get 30 years on earth. Dead at 25, dead at 29. You have 56 and went out the way I would want to go out. Hey, have a safe ride, my friend. Have a safe ride. He came and then he left. Jane Ander. He came and then he left. That's how the thing go. Yeah, I don't see anything shameful in that at all. He never told anybody that you had to be married to be having sex. He never pushed that kind of a message. So for him to not be married and be having sex with another single person, that's not against his message. You have to worry about the pastor over there at your church. What said, thou shalt not cheat and fornicate, and thou shalt not commit adultery. And then he look up under your skirt and he said, Sister Joyce, come sit down up in the front row. I have a special message for you from Jesus this morning. Hallelujah! Sister Joyce, fat pum pum him say, in that skirt there. Come sit in the front this morning, Sister Joyce. I have a message for you from the Lord this morning. And them people don't know to worry about. And he's living contrary to what he's preaching. This man wasn't living contrary to what he's preaching. He said high-value men have lots of choices. He said they're going to cheat. Some of y'all who are putting yourself with these men understand that draws, buggy get fling at them all the time. Offers get offered up all the time without even asking. So not all of them cheat, but a lot of them, they're going to extra indulge, you know what I'm saying? That was just him talking the truth. And hey, if a blue pill take him out or a waiver take him out, he went out the way that many of us hope to go out. Because I'm telling you right now, if I have a choice, I don't want to go out by no suicide. I don't want to go out being murdered, slaughtered like me. I know hug by anybody. I don't want to go mash up, crash up in a no accident. I don't want to go out any of that. I want to go out like that. I came and then I went. Just so. See? Hear this call one more time though. Put your expertise ears to this. I need you, my RNs, BSNs, LPNs. I need all of you. All the CNA them to me need the whole on in there right now. I need my nurses. I need my doctors. I need my medical professionals on this one right now. Listen.
Is this a house or apartment? Oh my God, I don't fucking know. You don't know if it's a house or apartment? Oh, it's an apartment. Okay, what's the apartment number? No, I just need to give him CPR. Just please, just ask for you need an ambulance? Yes. Okay. Are you listening?
She's talking, right? And she is basically saying that the longer you talk to me is I am not able to give him CPR. I just need to give him CPR. And they're still talking, and the dispatcher is going slow and trying to catch as much information as she can, right? Do you know that once you call 911 that they can, as long as you leave the phone up and don't hang up, they can pretty much pinpoint where you're at, right? They can pretty much pinpoint where you're at. So for her to keep her there while she's saying, I just need to give him CPR. You can't stop CPR once you start until everybody in the medical field knows this. You cannot stop CPR until somebody else gets there or somebody takes over, until professional medical personnel gets there. See? So she can't start until she finished giving information that's needed, and she knows that once she starts, she can't stop until they get there. All right. Speakerphone. So why didn't the professional dispatcher, because she's panicking. She's the one that has somebody that's dying on her. She's panicking. This is not an everyday thing that people go through. So why didn't the professional dispatcher say, ma'am, put the phone on speaker and begin CPR? But remember, once she starts CPR, she cannot stop until maybe between breaths and chest compressions, she could say, I don't know. It's an apartment. I don't know. But think about that. And if you don't know, you don't know.
Apartment. Oh my God, I don't fucking know. You don't know if it's a house or apartment? Oh, it's an apartment. Okay, what's the apartment number? No, I just need to give him CPR. Just please, just ask for you need an ambulance? Yes. Okay. Are you listening? Hold on, ma'am. I have to connect you with the ambulance.
She said, I need to give him CPR. And she said, do you need an ambulance? She should have been connecting them with an ambulance from jump, right? It's a medical emergency we're calling about. This man is not breathing, or he's breathing, but looks like he's going to die. You're going to ask, do you need an ambulance?
It's Kevin fucking Samuel. I understand, but I have to connect you with the ambulance. Are you okay?
Yeah, is he awake?
No, he has an irregular rhythm. I can feel it. He's breathing in and out, but he has an irregular rhythm. It's probably his heart. So he's gonna get here with the fucking. Stop him. Come on, Kelly, you got it. Come on, just try to breathe.
That's them. They got there.
Come on, think about your mom.
That's she. The 911 dispatcher connected her.
3, 4, 1, 2, 3.
On the front desk to get an AED. He's not gonna make it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1. But man, I don't want to disconnect because something can happen while you disconnect now.
Yeah, but I'm saying I need an AED. If they have one downstairs, I need to get them up here now.
Are you able to get your neighbor
hang up with you, or you call them in the front desk, give me a fucking AED right here now. He's turning blue. I cannot wait any longer.
That's her professional talking. they're still going on the phone with her in slow motion, and this person is dying on her, and she's saying, either I hang up with you, because in order to start this, I need to hang up from you. So either I hang up with you, or you call the front desk and tell them to get me that device up here right now. I don't see any foul play in what she did. It sounds from the 911 call that she was genuine and she was trying to save him, right? She was genuinely trying to help. I see people in here laughing and stuff. Man, you know what? I know for sure? Life is a funny thing. Life has put me in a position that I laughed at before, in the same shoes of people I laughed at before. And I'm glad I went through these things before. This is old me. So I've learned over time not to laugh at people. I don't know what you find funny in somebody dying and someone trying to help them, but laugh all you want. When you end up in that position yourself, just know that somebody else will be laughing too while your family is mourning and crying and stuff. Just make sure you got your affairs in order, man, because none of us know really when our moment's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Live on the air with SouFlo. Good morning. Let me put you back on speaker real quick. All right, here we go. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFlo. How you doing?
I'm all right, family. How you doing this morning?
Good. Sorry, I just woke up. From the call, the woman was, from what I can hear, the woman was trying to help. You know, just how you said, she panicked and like her professionalism kick in. You know, Black people just love mix up. Okay, before the call even come out, they say, "Oh, she killed him. Oh, she killed." You have no evidence. You don't know nothing. You just come out with your stupid argument. Okay. Number two, all of those who are laughing, especially some of the women, honestly, some of y'all are really bitter and wicked, honestly. I mean, I was so surprised and shocked, and just the way, even online, they're so happy and gleeful. Right. At the end of the day, regardless what this man said, you're a grown ass woman. Somebody hurt your feelings, so damn what? Grow the hell up, okay? This is a person life. Death is a permanent condition. What the hell is wrong with you? You are the exact type of, I don't know, old maid, dusty rat the man was talking about. There, that's you. That's why you take it to heart so bad. God, yes, he said things I didn't like to, but at the end of the day, I put that aside. The man is dead. What is wrong with you? And then talk about you're full of God. You don't have no God in you. A lot of them don't have no God at all. God, that's really disgusting, man. I don't even know what to say. I don't know if it's demonic activity. For me personally, I came off of Facebook after seeing what I saw. There's a lot of demonic activity among a lot of you. Trust me. And some of you have that same Jezebel spirit the man was talking about. And some of you have a witch spirit the man was talking about. Okay, so you only need deliverance. True. Get it together.
Thank you. You said it.
Thank you.
Because if I had said it, you know what I'm saying? If I had said it, but I'm saying, let's, like, seriously speaking, if I had said it, I've been called all kinds of things again. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Listen, if you listen to this man talk, right? This is like your uncle that's trying to tell you, steer you down the right path, or your cousin that just don't care where you have to say, them are going to tell you the raw truth. That was that. To me, that was that. And I firmly believe that that brother had all good intentions for his people. Live on the air with SouFlo. Good morning.
I am SouFlo. Good morning.
Good morning, family. How are you doing this morning?
I am okay. I get that. I understand and I agree with everything that lady just said. But that man been telling women they're gonna die alone for years.
And they're still gonna die alone. He's talking about a certain specific kind of woman, and they're still gonna die alone. Well, you have to be careful what you say, my friend. You can't say this man been telling women that they're gonna die alone for years. I want you to use this as a marker. Any woman that was outside of what he spoke about or accomplished above and beyond what he spoke about, none of them are mad at him. All the women that are mad at him are the women that fit right into the kind of women he spoke about. Let that be a marker. I'm just saying. Facts, right?
All right, you win.
All right. Big up yourself. Let that be a marker. Manners and respect, family.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Let that be a marker. It's okay for you to get mad. If somebody is telling you the truth, you got mad, okay. But guess what? You're going to burn that person down. You're going to assassinate their character, and the truth is still going to apply to you. No matter what you say, the truth is still going to apply to you. He gone. You're going to be going soon too. You don't know the date either, right? But the truth is still going to apply to you. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing this morning?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm here. I have about 5 more minutes left because you know wifey like to go to the gym and get her little salsa on and all that other stuff, and I'm trying to accommodate on that kind of stuff. So.
Well, I'm in the UK, so I've done that. So I'm only going to take 30 seconds of that 5 minutes.
Okay.
So here's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
People are entitled to their own opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Women, we are sensitive, especially when we rely upon a black man who is in authority or any sort of power to protect us. He didn't do much of that. I very much sympathize with him being dead. I don't know the man though.
He didn't do much of what?
I only know of him since all of this.
He didn't do much of what?
I've seen seems quite offensive to some extent. And that's what I understand why women from everywhere or somewhere are having this outburst. And I think what you should support those women who feel that way. I don't feel any way offended by him, but I felt it was distasteful the way he didn't defend black women as a whole from some of the clips I've seen.
Antoinette, yeah, Milanga said. Okay, so but the conversation wasn't centered around defending black women. The conversation was centered around, and you know what's funny too is like there are so many women out there that are black women that degrade and debase black men on a daily basis, like from your dick size. Oh, a typical joke. Oh, it's summertime and all the or sweatpants season. And if your dick ain't big and you don't have that print, please stay away from sweatpants. And you know they're allowed to say anything they want to say about a black man. And everybody just takes it as but the minute you say something about them, yeah, summer is coming, get your fat ass in the gym, because that 2-piece that you're trying to wear doesn't fit your body type. Oh, you gonna tell a woman how to dress and how to put her body out there? You are this and you are that. Like, come on, man. It goes both ways. If you're not about defending and protecting the black man as you claim, then don't be worried about when black men out there don't defend and protect the black women.
So listen, let me take this lower than that. Listen, you is a yard man. You don't mess about when you tell a woman that them fat at some paper. Nobody don't care about that. Nobody don't care about it. We're not talking about that.
No, fam, no. Don't go no further. No. If I tell a woman she fat is not as I'm a yard man and I'm like, oh, you're fat and sexy. No, if you're fat, you're fat. I will tell a woman that you're fat and overweight and you better be careful, because I've seen people get amputation from what's it called again? You have me on a roll right now, you know. I say people diabetes kill them. They start cutting off body parts because it gets necrotic. I've seen all kinds of stuff go down with the health issue thing. I even tell my own son that. You know what I mean? I said if you have so much body fat versus muscle, you're going to start to become diabetic. So you have to watch your diet. You have to. I'm all for health. You know, so I'm not telling nobody I'm straight to the point too. Understand this about me. Hold on. Understand this about me first. Wait. understand this about me first. I understand the audience that I deal with. So I understand that I have to sugarcoat stuff a lot because my people don't like. And in order for me to keep this audience, I have to sprinkle sugar upon the truth all the time and throw jokes in there all the time and come across, you know, and he wasn't one of those kind of guys. You gone, babe?
Yeah. I get that, but what I
the fact that you're on live defending him really me expect better. He came on his own show and said he bashes black women because he gets more views. That is crazy to me that you're on here. You're actually defending this man. He is
what is
is decisive. He's misogynistic and he's patriarchal.
Okay.
And a lot of these things he said on live were about black women. He didn't value black women.
Thank you. Then show us where.
He didn't value black women.
How?
I'm gonna do my own live because I actually have the video.
Okay, so stay tuned for her live.
Yes.
Let me finish my live. Stay tuned for her live. Stay tuned for her live. Let me finish my live. All right. Now, all right.
That is my that's my take on it. For other people up there I really am heartbroken in a sense to know that he died without us getting to defend ourselves with him. But for me, I think he really was a bit harsh with them. That's my opinion.
Yeah, but I said that. I said he was very harsh and straightforward with the truth, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but it was the truth regardless. See, this is the thing that I want people to do right here. If you can come up and say to me, he was a liar or he told lies about us, and this what he was saying right here is completely false, then I will say, yo, this dude right here is a piece of you know what. But I don't see where the lies are. And everybody who's complaining about what he said still can't call it a lie because I could pull it up and show you examples of the proof that it is truth. You see what I'm saying?
What was his truth though? What gave him the right to his truth about something that's not, if he's not a woman, he's not a black woman. What gives him the right to speak on our behalf?
Because he's a black man.
Yeah, but that doesn't give him on our behalf. He speaks to us.
So y'all want black men to step up and be providers and protectors and good fathers and this and that and the other, but shut the F up and don't say nothing when it comes to a black woman. How does that work?
So I clarify that. It's not this particular individual. I have a concept very happily. The black man. So black men. I'm just talking about this particular individual, and that's the point on. I'm not talking about people talk a lot about black, but I would never do like that. No, I never sprayed my black.
Yeah, but there are a lot of people that do, and y'all watch them and feel comfortable with it. There are a lot of black women out here that do every day, and y'all watch them and feel comfortable with it.
No, you can't say that. We're making a cross board. Women are trying to build.
I think you're breaking up so bad now that the audience can't really hear what you're saying, and we're struggling to hear you. So if you put us on speaker.
I'm sorry. I think what I'm saying is, it is a struggle for black women today to continually treat our kings, which is who we want to refer to our black men as, when they do not stand up for us. If you, as a black man,
there are many black men that stand up for you, though. So you're talking about one individual, because you can't be talking about all black men.
Yes, I'm talking about that one individual, because that's where our conversation was.
Okay.
But it's kind of strayed out in a defensive way. But my argument is I have a lot of love for my black men, but that particular individual.
But will you agree with me, though, that there are a lot of black women out there that don't stand up for black men either? See, I don't like when the conversation get one-sided, where people start to make it seem like all black women got one fist in the air and say black power and she's standing up for every black man. It's not true. It's not true. There are lots of black women out there who jumped ship a long time ago, but guess what? Regardless of whatever the reason is they jump ship or don't support, they will always tie it back into it's the black man's fault. It's his fault we don't support him. It's his fault this, is his fault that. And then we don't support him. But when it comes to us, it's hard for us to support our black men because they don't stand up for us.
Your audience you've got now, if you were to do a hand count, I can guarantee you potentially it could be maybe 80 to 90% women, black women. So that means we try to support, and we are supportive of you. However, the platform you're on right now is talking about a man who women get really edgy to accept as one of our black kings.
Okay.
That's my point.
Okay, but is he talking truth? That's the thing. You can't worry about everybody liking you. If you came with the message, if you came with they crucified Jesus Christ. If you came with a message, man, and the message is factual, is true, it doesn't matter how you spit that message, as long as there's truth in it. I honestly feel like Kevin was trying to better our black people, both men and women. I feel like, and we've gotten to this place, and I said this way before he passed. We've gotten to this place where we have made toxic sexy. We've made it the thing to be, and we've cushioned women so much now because that's all our women talk about now. We're the most hated. We're the most not supported. We're the most chased after. We're the most hurt. We're the most this. We're the most that. So we've cushioned them so much that we've given them the right to, is your life, live it. Do what you want to do. Be who you want to be. Say what you want to say, however you want to say it. Nobody should check you. I don't care if it's a lie. If it's coming from you, it's going to work, kind of thing. Like, it's okay to be toxic now, as long as it's coming from our women, and we shouldn't say anything about it. The brother understands that there are enough platforms out there where everything is already romanticized and everything is already prettied up. And if you keep saying the same thing everybody else is saying, oh, I just want these women to like me. I see guys do it all the time on Instagram. If you want to start getting a lot of likes and followers on Instagram, come on every day and say stuff like this. Support all our women. And just start saying stuff toxic about men. Like, oh, if you don't take care of your body good and she leaves you, then, oh, well, it's your bad. She deserves a fit king. 50,000 women on the like, I deserve a fit king. But when you go and look at the women that deserve the fit king, they themselves are not fit. And if they do get a man, she's the same one that posts pictures every day. Look at what I'm cooking for babe. He eating healthy over here. It's macaroni and cheese and some oily fried chicken and some, you cutting off his circulation, you increasing fat in his body. Him don't work no more. You're going to now go find you a fit king, but they don't want to have the whole discussion. I'm just saying, there's multiple parts to this, my friend.
This is your show, my brother. And this is what I'm going to leave you with.
All right.
All black women need to be saluted like our black king.
Definitely.
I do not want to hear what anyone wants to say that is negative. We need motivation just like our men need motivation. And yes, we cook a lot and we eat a lot and we carry babies and we gain weight and we're human. We don't need cushioning. What we need is motivation, encouragement, and support. Fair thing to say?
I hear you, but we can go deep with that. Big up yourself. Thank you. All right. I hear her, but we can go deep with that. Try motivating a woman that don't listen to you. Try motivating a woman that won't allow you to lead her. Try motivating a woman that feels like she's the man. Try motivating. This can go, I'm telling you right now, this can go really deep. But when we start to get real, is when people start to get really deep in their feelings and then start to say stuff just out of emotions. Wife is she becks this morning because I'm over here defending. It's not necessarily defending. I want somebody to point me out the lies that he told. That's it. Point me out the lies that he told. And if you can't do that, then go ahead and say whatever else you got to say. All right. But understand that the truth was the truth. The truth is the truth, and it's no offense. If you take it as an offense, then that's what it is for you. But it still remains what? The truth. That's it. All right. And with that said, I'm way past her gym time. I think she left already anyways. No bye, babe, no later. Yo, y'all got to tune in when she does her video. I'm going to tune in and I won't say a word. I just want to hear her chain of conversation when she says what she says. All right. So I'm going to share it one time. She'll get ready for go 50 hour live. And I hope y'all catch the notification and meet me over there. I'm pretty sure she's probably going to silence me too. So I can't say nothing in her comment section. But listen, the truth is the truth. No offense. All right. Big up on yourself. Manners and respect. Thank you for being here. And we're going to do this again tomorrow morning. Right, that's on SouFLo. Hold on, let me take one more phone call. Live on the air with SouFLo. This is our last call for the morning. Good morning.
SouFLo.
Yes, fam.
I'm listening to you from London.
Yes, sir.
And I am a Kevin channel totally. I even put up stuff on my channel, but I just hear you nail it just now, bro. I heard you nail it. You said to the lady they want a fit, strong, healthy, sexy man. But they are not fit, they're not sexy, they're overweight, they're all these things. And the double standard is so thick and strong with the lady. It's terrible.
Yeah, if you want a lot of female followers on Instagram and stuff, just start bashing men. Period. Yeah. And see how many women start following you. You know.
I do a radio show in London. Sorry.
Yes.
I do a radio show in London. It's called Wednesday, where I teach men stuff about female nature, and the woman then hate me. They despise me. They curse me. They call me gay. All different words. But the job still go on, and men need to know these things.
All I'm saying is show me the lies.
I drive, but I'm going to pull over, brother.
Yeah. Manners, fam.
Brother, love and respect. I watch it every morning. See. But when I can, I do. And you know what I mean?
Manners.
Respect, bro. Keep it up.
Manners and respect, fam.
Respect, bro.
All right. Yeah. All right. So let's close this out now. All right. Have a wonderful day. Keep it positive, man. It's okay to have heated conversations, but still keep respect, right? Because that's what we do over here. We have heated conversations sometimes, but we still keep it respectful. So stay respectful towards each other. At the end of the day, like you said before, we all need each other, correct? So if we go out on blah, 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 and you too, and then there will be nothing but war after. All right? Manners, I'm out. Peace.